Caring for someone you love can be the most meaningful thing you'll ever do and the most exhausting. You start with love, you stay because of duty, and somewhere along the way, your own life begins to shrink around someone else's needs. You forget when you last slept well. You forget when you last ate something warm that wasn't microwaved between medications or medication alarms. You forget what it feels like to wake up without immediately scanning for crisis. That's caregiver role strain, and it's very real, even when you love the person you're caring for. Clinically, caregiver role strain is the emotional, physical, and psychological burden that builds when you're responsible for someone else's well-being over time. It's common among people caring for family members with chronic illness like dementia, disability, or mental health conditions. But it can happen to anyone, even healthcare professionals, parents of children with special needs, or partners trying to hold everything together. It's not just stress, it's sustained hypervigilance, a nervous system that never gets to power down. Symptoms often show up as fatigue, irritability, guilt, resentment, or depression. You may find yourself snapping at minor things, crying in secret, or feeling empty even when you're doing everything right. That's not failure. That's your nervous system signaling overload. Caregiver strain isn't just about doing too much. It's about being too many things at once. You're the advocate, the scheduler, the nurse, the chauffeur, the problem solver, the therapist, the shoulder to cry on. But you're also the spouse, the parent, the child, the friend, and all those roles start competing for oxygen. Psychologists call this role conflict, the feeling that no matter where you are, you're failing somewhere else. You can be standing in one room and your guilt is already waiting for you in the next. And underneath it all is boundary erosion, that quiet shift from I'm helping to I'm disappearing. When caregiving becomes chronic, the body adapts by staying in survival mode. The HPA axis, which is your stress system, stays activated all the time, pumping cortisol, tightening your muscles, raising your heart rate. Studies have shown that caregivers have higher rates of immune suppression, hypertension, and sleep disturbances than non-caregivers. The body starts to live as if the crisis never ends. And over time, that becomes the baseline. You forget what calm feels like. You only know readiness. Readiness for the next fall, the next seizure, the next episode, the next call in the middle of the night. It's not weakness. It's nothing to feel shame or guilt about. It's biology doing its best to keep someone else alive, even at your expense. Caregiving brings out the best and worst in the human heart. is full of contradictions. You love them, but you're angry. You'd do anything for them, but sometimes you just want to run and be by yourself. When they improve, you feel joy. When they decline, you feel despair. And when you imagine life after caregiving ends, you feel relief, followed by, immediately by, guilt. That duality doesn't make you ungrateful. It makes you human. We talk about compassion fatigue, but rarely about grief fatigue. The ongoing sorrow of watching someone fade, one small loss of function at a time. You grieve what they used to be, and quietly, what you used to be too. There's no single fix, but there are ways back to balance. One thing you can do is ask for help without apology. You're not failing by delegating care. You're preserving the only tool you truly control, which is yourself. Number 2 is reclaiming moments of autonomy. 10 quiet minutes in your car can be a form of resistance. A small act of reclaiming your own body, your own breath. Third, find validation, not advice. Therapy, caregiver support groups, or even one honest friend can keep you tethered to your own story. Sometimes what you need isn't a solution, it's a witness. You just need some support. Number 4 is practicing nervous system regulation and grounding techniques, deep breathing, even slow exhalation resets the body's alarm system, reminding your brain that not every moment is an emergency. Caregiving is love in motion, but even love has limits. You can't pour from an empty cup, but you can refill it and still be the one who cares. Maybe rest isn't selfish. Maybe it's sacred. Because if you burn out completely, there's no one left to keep the promise. So take the nap. Take the walk. Take the help. You're not abandoning anyone. You're preserving your capacity to keep showing up. Because you are a caregiver. And that means you carry hearts, including your own. Take care of yourself today. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.